Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this replay. Marauder's still trying to come in, trying to stick in a little bit longer. There's a lot of very low hit point units though, as now drones are even coming in to engage on this fight. Hydralisk trying to continue to fire back, trying to take down these lower hit point Marauders. Some Marauders already down to just 1 hit point. Hydralisk able to pick off these units, and really those Marauders are just having a hard time against these Hydralisks. But still, Morrow just pretty much massing a whole bunch of units from these barracks, going mass Marauders this whole entire game. Marauders now once again getting stuck with that fungal growth, and those Hydralisks able to push them back. However, these Hydralisks are low on hit points, and there is no way for these Hydralisks to really heal. Taking a look back over here, Infestor now just scuttering across the ground a little bit more. No research to burrow yet. A little surprised, as Infestors are generally very focused, fired, and taking a look at these, the Infestors are in fact heavily armored units. So they're armored, biological, and psionic. Taking a look back over here, we now have Marauders pushing in on this hatchery, on this high ground, and the little one going to lose this hatchery. However, Zergling's going to quickly come out and take down this command center, at least try to take it down. And this command center already down to 100 hit points as it's getting focused down, but more Marauders should be able to come in and finish off this single. No, it will not be able to finish off those Zerglings before that single is taken down. Hydralisk coming in and finishing off the rest of that Marauder army as well. Taking a look at the army sizes, Morrow sitting on 2,200 while the little one is sitting at 1,525. Investor counts 44 to 45, so fairly even at this stage in the game. More Marauders being produced, and I believe Morrow really needs to change this game up with the number of Hydralisks and Infestors just sitting here. If we're going to get a fungal growth, if we can get a fungal growth on those units, perhaps that will be... Oh, poor Infestor overexposing himself, getting shot down by those Marauders. I do not think that the Infestor should be an armored unit, as it just gets focused down too easily, and it opens itself up to very high damage. Perhaps like the Ghost or the High Templar, perhaps they should be light, making it so that it doesn't really take the extra damage from Immortals or Marauders or unsieged siege tanks. Taking a look back over here, hatchery now nearing completion. The main base is almost mined out in terms of minerals, sitting on about 560s at the most. At this stage, Marines now being produced as well. So Marines with that combat shield and that stim pack will be a good counter towards those Hydralisks. Taking a look, Zergling's still sitting on this ramp, making sure that they are not, or Morrow is not trying to take this expansion, but it looks like Morrow will have no problem clearing that particular expansion out. One Zergling still sitting over here at the 12 o'clock starting location. Oh, very nicely done, using that Infestor long distance, and now going to be spawning that infested swarm egg, and now trying to fire back. We'll see how this really works out. Will the Infestor be able to? Yeah, they will be able to take down all those SCVs. SCVs getting taken down very slowly, but that poor Infestor going to get concussion missile to death and get slowed down once again. Taking a look at LittleOneZ's secondary base right now, as opposed to his primary, still sitting at lair. Secondary base looking pretty decent at this point. Hydralisk Den, no upgrade from the Hydralisk Den yet, and now getting the level 2 armor upgrades for those units. Hydralisk, no weapons upgrade, no distance upgrade, and here comes this fight. Let's see how this is really going to work. Are we going to get a lot of swarm in? We have a couple... let me pause this. Hello everyone, welcome back. Sorry, I had to set something so to reduce the amount of lag. Anyways, coming back over here, a lot of those Marauders just staying still, unable to move, taking that damage over time, and now going to take down this one particular hatchery. So this hatchery taking a lot of damage as well, trying to get more damage dealt. And taking a look at all these Marauders are so low on hit points, almost like plague units from the original StarCraft. Morrow really needs some medevacs in order to try to counteract this whole entire army push. I would say half of Morrow's army is currently below, 20 hit points or 40 hit points at this stage in the game. Taking a look, we have Hydralisk and now Infestors coming over here. Little One playing a great game so far, trying to push back the rest of this army. Hydralisk sitting... Hydralisk, however, do not have any of those weapons upgrade, and so unable to shoot additional further. And those Marauders with that range of 6 it's just making it really difficult for those Hydralisks to get in position and fight back. Here we have a couple of Zerglings, those Hydralisks getting slowed down, and now very nice fungal fungal growth, and all of those Marauders on that front side gonna get taken down. Marauders down to what, 9 hit points, and now being moved back away. So very, very high damage, or low damage, or low hit point units. Well, I can't even speak straight. Coming back over here, we have a couple of hatcheries. Taking a look at the income right now, we have 52 harvesters for the little one. So little one able to spawn, able to mine more quickly. However, we do have MorrowT sitting on this high yield mineral, not really mining too much. I'm actually sitting on a lot of gas. It really, really frustrates me as a Terran player who only goes mass Marauders and Marines. I'm hoping that he tries to go perhaps for some factories, and then at least to Ravens in order to get auto turrets, perhaps some Ravens. Oh wow, we have burrowed infestors now moving around the field. We'll see how those infestors are going to be used, as those infestors look fairly nice as they're moving around. Taking a look back over here, we have Hydralisk continuing to try to fight back over here. Couple queens once again rejoining on this fight, but those Hydralisks are going to be in trouble. Are we going to get some fungal growths back onto those Marauders, quickly doing some burrows? So nicely burrowing these units, and I don't believe that MorrowT has seen, in fact, that those units are in fact burrowed. Going to try to take down this Hydralisk, then down goes this Hydralisk, then, and little one will in fact need to really come up with a new strategy. Little one dropping some infested Terrans, and now going to go ahead and once again burrow, and this whole entire particular location is going to be pretty much mined out, or just destroyed, as there's so many low hit point SCVs. Taking a look over here, no infestors, 2 infestors left behind, very, very low hit point SCVs, and the main army of these Marauders have been taken out. Perhaps I wish I knew by what. I do not. I think there was a fungal growth down in there. Once again, a couple of Marines once again moving back out. Taking a look at the armies. MorrowT down to a 2650, 2750 against the LittleOneZ, 2325, and an additional hatchery being put down by Little One. But these Marines are going to be able to come across it and try to take it down. These Marines and these Marauders do not have any upgrades yet, but we have MorrowT trying to spawn an additional or get an additional expansion over here at the 12 o'clock position and at the 10 o'clock position, while trying to mine out this one particular location as well. Little one perhaps waiting to get some additional energy on those infestors, and then get a couple more fungal growths to stop all mining at this high yield mineral camp. We'll see how that really works out, as there's 2 overlords over here as well. MorrowT not using that scanner sweep in order to scan out this location and perhaps try to detect these infestors. One of these infestors has at least some of these kills. Taking a look over here, overlords, very, very large number of overlords, so Little One not going to need to produce any additional overlords throughout the game. MorrowT now moving out with a fairly decent sized army. Once again, we'll see Little One getting enough energy. Now going to go ahead and try to, yes, get some additional fungal parasites, and then try to shoot down the rest of these particular units over here, trying to take down these infestors. However, these infested Terrans going to try to fight back. Perhaps they will be able to take down some of these units. No, not looking good at all. Fungal growth on these Marauders, so very, very nice use of fungal growth throughout this whole entire game. And now we have Broodlords being morphed in or evolved on the field. So those Zerglings once again trying to fight back out. We have a couple infestors moving around that field. Zerglings doing that, or those Marauders trying to do a little bit of that hit and run, but not going to really work out, and down it's going to go. Taking a look back over here, scanner sweep, making sure that there's no additional units. We have spawn creep over here by Little One as well. We have Zerglings already inside the space and able to take down some of these SCVs. Once again, we have more Marauders coming in, perhaps to try to take down this particular expansion. No expansions down over here. So those Zerglings perhaps going to try to take down that one, and wow, those Zerglings unable to take down that one Marauder. That Marauder lodging himself in between 2 mineral patches, able to really survive, but no, it looks as though that Marauder does get taken down by that last Zergling. Coming back over here, infestors trying to get some fungal growths, trying to take down some of those units, and now we have Broodlords coming into play. These Broodlords dealing us a fair amount of damage towards these Marauders. Those Broodlings trying to chase down, and there's what, 3 Broodlings, or 3 Broodlords out around the field, and with MorrowT not producing, finally getting a starport and getting a reactor core, we'll be able to start shooting down. Zerglings moving around the map, trying to take down some of these command centers. One of these command centers already going to start to burn, as those Zerglings going to try to run in now, try to take down some of these buildings. Really needs to take down the starport. The starport is really going to be the counter unit to those Broodlords. Broodlords not moving around the field yet. A little bit surprised that those Broodlords are not doing anything else. Broodlords deal 25 damage per hit, and then also attack with those additional Broodlings. Stay tuned for part 3 of this replay between the Little One and MorrowT here on Metalopolis.